Juntos was the first music video we didn't do with our main designer and director, Julian. This time around we worked with Güthlein. We had a general idea of the concept, which we took to Chris, which we then fleshed out with him in several Discord calls and yeah.
The video is about a couple. They're sitting in the living room and everything seems picture perfect, but he doesn't feel comfortable in the situation and he wants to get out of the room, but he can't. The problem is he can't let go. The relationship seems to be perfect, but he doesn't know what's outside of the room, and this drives him crazy because he doesn't feel like he's ready to only stay in this room forever. So he's in a kind of dilemma. For the concept, the room was the central aspect because we wanted to make it look like a little conservative, which seems to be perfect on the outside, but not really perfect on the inside. So we had to find a room where we can shoot the video in, and at the end we decided to build the room ourselves.
Der Raum, in dem wir das Video gedreht haben, der ist bei mir im Haus, bei meiner Verwandtschaft, da wo ich wohne, im Erdgeschoss. Der ist seit ein paar Jahren leer. Und das hat sich eigentlich ganz gut angeboten, dass wir den Raum eben herrichten, weil wir hier uns dann ausleben konnten. Wir konnten alles eigentlich so bauen, wie wir das wollen. Das Haus ist so gut 100 Jahre alt, da mussten wir eigentlich alles machen. Aber wir mussten dann auch abwägen, dass wir es zeitlich hinkriegen, weil es war, also die Decke zum Beispiel, die hätte komplett runtergemusst, die ist von selber schon eigentlich zerfallen. Aber die haben wir halt gelassen, weil wir denken, ja, man kann ja nicht alles machen in 4 Wochen. Also das war schon ziemlich sportlich. Wir haben uns auch dazu entschieden, die Tür abzuschleifen. Die war vorher mal so grau lackiert mit ziemlich dicken Lack. Und wir haben auch die Fenster abgeschliffen, damit die ein bisschen heller sind, damit das alles besser zu der Tapete passt, damit es nicht so drückt, dass es einfach schön hell ist. Und wir haben zum Beispiel den Boden rausreißen müssen, da war so ein PVC-Boden drin. Ich kann nicht, ich habe das Handy da. Dann haben wir die Bretter rausgemacht und haben unten, da sind einfach nur im Dreck liegen Balken drin. Das hat man halt früher mal so gemacht, das ist nicht die Optimallösung. Haben wir halt einfach ausgeglichen, so gut wie es ging. Dann haben wir USB-Platten reingelegt, 22er, damit irgendwie der Boden was hält. Und dann haben wir halt uns für Laminat entschieden. Da haben wir auch ein bisschen rumgeschaut, was passt am besten zu der Ästhetik vom Raum, nach Tapeten und sowas. Dann, nachdem der Laminat drin war, haben wir angefangen, die Wände zu machen. Nachdem das dann alles fertig war, haben wir nur noch tapezieren müssen. Das hat dann meine Schwester gemacht, Gott sei Dank, weil von uns kann es keiner. Und ich weigere mich. Und dann haben wir noch Vorhangstangen hingebaut und dann konnten wir den Raum einrichten.
Actually, we can consider us pretty lucky that we have a carpenter in our band. They can actually pull all of this stuff off, because if it was up to us 4, we couldn't have handled this. While we actually set up the room, like the floor and the walls and everything, we had to think about what's being put inside of the room, which was actually harder than we expected. Everything had to be set around the same time, like we set for a 70s, 80s vibe. So most of the work that we did with the interior design was between Chris and me. We had Discord sessions where we looked through eBay and Facebook and everything, where we looked for TVs and telephones. And what also helped out is that Chris Güthlein has a lot of retro 70s, 80s, 90s furniture in his flat. So we were actually able to get we got the couch from him and the table. So this was kind of a stress relief as well.
Okay, so we had a room, we had a concept. The only thing that we needed was a team. We needed a hair and makeup artist, and I chose Nicole for this job. I know her from another video shoot with another band. For me, one of the most difficult jobs was to choose the actors, because none of us has ever done this before. This is our first video with actors, and we were really happy that we found Angelina and Artur, who fit the roles perfectly. And also a big thank you to Antonia, who was selecting our costumes for the video, because we were pretty helpless there as well. For me, the role as director was completely new. I didn't feel really comfortable at first, but yeah, eventually I understood that I had to make decisions no one wants to make, and yeah, so I did some decisions for the video, and I hope this was for the best.
I really gotta praise Chris at this point. He really took over the director's role. And I think both actors were really comfortable with his directing, and even though he did it for the first time, it seemed really professional, and I think we got the best out of the performances. Like always, we were behind schedule, and you know, the last preparations happened last minute. Even the wallpaper wasn't even dry on the day we shot the video. We were super scared that the wallpaper would come off as we shoot the scenes, but it worked out. So yeah, thank God. I also gotta say that both actors, so Angelina and Artur, were brilliant. They were so professional and they got the scenes right away. They knew what they had to do. Also thanks to Chris's directing. Also, I gotta say, Artur brings the best vibe to a set. He's so funny. He's such an energetic dude. He always has a stupid joke, so it's always funny with him.
Go.
In die Distanz.
Ja, Roboter. Komm mit Roboter. So ist gut.
Und da ist der Ausgang, okay, an der Wand. Du willst da raus. Let's go.
Okay, go.
I try to write the script as detailed as possible, but of course when you do this for the first time, there's so many things that you have to worry about, like who looks at which direction, who looks which way, who feels which way. You have to be aware of every detail, what happens in the shot that you're shooting.
On the second day we shot the band performance in the destroyed room, and since we had some leftover plastic from our cannibals shoot, we used some of it to cover like the couch and the TV in the room, so that it seems like our band performance is happening at a later point in time than the couple living there. Playing in this small room was definitely an experience. It got really hot, really fast in there. And also, of course, everybody didn't have a lot of space, so we were pretty crammed in there. But I think we did a good job. Güthlein also took care of the editing for this one, and he did a great job there as well, I think. And in general, I think we're all really happy that we kind of changed our direction for this video. Like, this whole retro aesthetic was nothing we ever did before. So I think it was a cool, fresh, new experience and really exciting.
Dreh los, yeah!
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And it's a wrap. We're done. We're done with all the scenes. And now it's time for gangbang.
Für was? For gangbang.